Welcome to the Blurred Dad Podcast, space for fathers and fathers for what is it? Wait, okay. See, I already started off in a poor space. Look, here's what happened. Okay, first of all, welcome to the Blurred Dad Podcast. Wait, I'm all off mic. This is started off poorly. I've got to get my shit together. Excuse me. I should not have started off like that. Let's start off good again. Welcome to the Blurred Dad Podcast, a space for fathers to just go at it and have at it. A space for fathers to talk about fatherhood in a blurty type of way. I'm your host, Glenn Lawrence. That's what I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be your host. And I'm out of sorts. Listen, here's what happened. Okay. Let me be 100% honest up front. I started working out again. And it's got your boy frazzled. Okay. I used to be like at the front of the class, you know, like I used to be super fit, able to do everything. Burpees, got them. Push-ups, how many you need? And now it's a struggle. I was out there. I hit like 3.5 push-ups before I had to stop and take a breath. That's a damn shame. And it's very humbling, you know what I mean? But in my defense, I feel good because back in the day when I was the person who was on top of the class, super fit, you know what I'm saying? Hitting all kind of extra burpees, doing extra work, I was always encouraging to myself. And what made me angry is there was nobody encouraging me like I used to encourage other people. I'm like, where is the me in this workout? I need the me in this workout to help me feel better about myself. And it wasn't there. It was humbling. I had to do it all myself, but it's all good. I'm getting back in shape because I need to be in shape for this kid. He's going to have me running around. And like I've said before many a times, the kid's imminent. He's going to be here like any day now. And I got to make sure that I'm up on top of it. So, you know, I got humbled a little bit. That kind of sucked, but you know, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? It's a new day and age. We are approaching very fast the due date. The due date is Saturday. Literally, the kid's going to be here Saturday. My life is about to change forever. Y'all are talking to a person that isn't going to exist in like 5 days when this kid gets here. This is the last you're going to see of me. You know what I'm saying? So hop on in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking, because this is the last of me. This is the last you're going to get of me. Last thing, I am wearing Stephanie's shirt because she has been carrying this kid magnificently. She looks amazing. She's glowing. You know, there's just so much that's beautiful about her. So I thought I'd show her off, even though it was Father's Day yesterday. So Father's Day is my first. I guess it's my first official Father's Day. Although I did have a bunch of friends who wouldn't let me claim it, which was kind of annoying. And I had to tell them, you're wrong. And you know how you're wrong? Because I have the bank statements to prove it. You know what I'm saying? As a father, you pay for a lot of stuff. I got the bank statements and the lack of thank yous to prove it. You know what I mean? That is what it is to be a father. If that's not being a father, I don't know what is. You know what I'm saying? So I got a poor gift on Father's. No, I'm just joking. I'm not going to go off. I got a great gift. Stephanie was great for me. She was very kind. She's been taking care of everything. She's been amazing. It was a good Father's Day. You know, people sent me texts. It was kind of weird seeing those texts, but I really liked it. All right, that's enough of me. Let me get to what we are here to do. First of all, we got to give props to our magnificent sponsors who continue to keep us going. They made me wear it. Dog Stylists for the everyday paw rent. It's a husband and wife team on a mission to help dogs discover their fashionable side. Whether it's an awesome Halloween costume, adorable dress, comfy jammies, or a custom designer gown, your fur baby will love wearing the latest fashions. Also, when shopping their store, you're contributing to Hope for Paws, an animal rescue organization working tirelessly to rescue and save the lives of abandoned animals all over the country and the world, even the universe. You know what I'm saying? Animals that you probably haven't even heard of. They're trying to actually, you know what? Maybe, I don't know if those animals out in space don't have paws, they might not be saving those. Anyways, forget all that. They Baby Wear is where you need to go for those extraterrestrial pets that may be out there needing boxing gloves or whatever they wear. You know what I'm saying? Theymaybewear.com. Use code word blurred for 15% at checkout on the store. I think I'm getting better at reading these. All right, enough playing around. Y'all have had enough of me. Let's get to our guest today. Today, I'm very, very happy. It's one of my brothers in comedy. Coleman Green. He's a rising star, and he's no stranger to the stage or the small or large screen. He's been gracing stages of a lot of venues and clubs. He somehow manages to find the common link between all races, ethnicities, cultures, and incomes. And that's what makes us laugh and think. He's a stand-up comedian, actor, writer, producer of his own animation series. Oh, cool. And he has the ability, when needed, to bring his comedy into the roles that he portrays. He's a talented actor. You know what I'm saying? Get this guy cast. His ability to make you laugh is certainly a talent that cannot be taught. Not every comedian can have CEOs, top officials, and everyday people bend over in laughter about his life and family. Coleman somehow finds the common link between all colors, races, ethnicities, cultures, and incomes to make us all laugh. Yeah, you've seen him all over. He's been on NFL Network. He's been on Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, the Sam J Show, which is amazing. Love that show. I saw him. He had a very dope role in there. I think he even shed a tear in that role. We'll ask him about it. He's been on Sirius XM, NY, Friars Club, Laughapalooza, Comedy Arts, Gotham Comedy Live. I'm tired of reading all the things that he's done. He's done so much, man. So let's get to our guest, Coleman. What is going on, brother?
Hey, what's happening? What's happening?
Look, I apologize for struggling through that read up front. I'm a new host. I'm doing it.
It's fine. It's fine. You're boring the shit out of me, but it's fine.
I'm trying to find the angle. You know what I'm saying? I was just talking about things. I've been working out, so that is a thing that has been happening. And it's just funny to me. I thought I needed to voice it. I need to get that out to the people because it's been a struggle to say.
Okay. Well, I'm in the same struggle, brother. I started working out, a few months ago. Well, since I got my hip done, I was doing well till the pandemic came. It closed us down, and then I went back to eating and drinking. So the good I did, it went out the damn window. So now I'm back at the gym trying to get it together. I got to do more cardio. And
I remember that because I was with you on the first show that you were back from your hip surgery.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, the first show you were back, unless that's just what you told me. You were like, I'm back.
I may have lied. Who knows?
You were like, this is my best first show back from hip surgery. And I was like, oh man, I'm so happy that I could,
Yeah, brother. It's way different now, man. So, getting myself back in shape. But I mean, I still, I haven't gained as much as I was. I put a little bit back on, but but I was a blimp. I was a bloated. I look at pictures now and I'm like, "Ooh, that's a fat motherfucker." So, can we cuss on here?
Yeah. This is it's a space for fathers. You know what I mean? If dads cuss, then we cuss
all the time. You got children, yeah, of course. You'll find out in 5 days.
Yeah, I started already putting the set together because there are just things that I have noticed ever since I got like the announcement that we're having a kid that have just kind of changed my demeanor. Like I immediately started reading newspapers, like thinking about like what's going on in the economy. You know what I mean? Like as soon as you're a dad, it's just like you start thinking about things that are totally different.
Yeah, a whole lot different, and on a whole lot more cussing, especially at night. That motherfucker cried again. Damn. No sleep, brother. No sleep. Well, let me say, most of my kids were pretty cool, but my last one, man, I don't think I slept for over a year and a half, bro. No bullshit. Oh wow. Over a year and a half, I was tired.
So wait, how many kids do you have right now?
Well, do we really have to ask that question?
I want to know how seasoned you are in this fatherhood game.
Oh, I'm very seasoned. My pull-out game is weak. Okay. so no, actually, I have 7, 5 biological and 2 step kids.
Oh wow! See, you're in the stepdad game too.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Okay, see that makes sense because when I came into comedy, you were very fatherly to me, you know what I'm saying? Like I was I was kind of like just a newbie, and you're like, all right, let me hip you to the game. Here, do this, don't do that, do this. And I was like, I really appreciated it. So first of all, just to thank you for that.
But no problem, man. I try to help out anybody I can, man. we all need to help each other in this business. You know how tough it is. It's a tough
Yeah.
business. It's who you
I
know.
mean,
You know how it is.
the thing is, that was one of the things that really like not surprised me, but like that was really dope. Is you're like super established, and I was like super new, and so when I came in, you were just like hipping me the game or whatever, and I was like, all right, like he's been doing things, and I'm just like, like a nobody, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, nah, he's like, look here, like, and then you started hipping me to the game. I was just like, man, that was really cool of him, because I've met some people since then that I'm just like, oh, it could have been not so cool.
Yeah. Well, you meet some people in the industry that really, you think they're assholes, but you got a lot of people that's really cool. They're really cool in the business, but you do run into those that really don't give a shit about anyone but themselves. So, but like I said, we all in this together, man. So the common thing to try to make people laugh, and doing what we do is not easy. The traveling and the hotels and the condos and on the road. I mean, which I do like. I like that part. I like the traveling, the condos and all that. I enjoy it. I just at the point now, I wish I could find a driver. I'm tired of driving. But when you don't fly, but you have to drive. But I mean, I love it. I love being out doing performing everywhere. I enjoy it.
So wait, what's it like being like a road comic, like a traveling comic, and then having like the kid at home? How do you handle and juggle that? Because I've wanted to kind of go on tour, and I've been thinking about not go on tour, but like eventually I'd like to be able to go tour and travel and do more road stuff. And I'm just wondering, like, how do you handle all that?
It's tough. That's why I'm getting divorced. But it's tough. It is tough. It is not wishing you anything, but it is tough. And you only have one. We had five at the beginning. We took the kids with us. I mean, my kids went on the road with me a lot. We put them on that little minivan, and listen. My baby was an infant, and I remember driving up to Pittsburgh, and she cried all the way up there.
Wow.
But I took them on the road with me. Then my wife would stay home when she could. But so then when my older daughters got old enough, not for weekends or something like that, but if I had a gig somewhere, they would stay with them, and mine, the younger ones. So I had three like 16 down to like 15, 14, and 13. So they was old enough to take care of the younger ones. So it was tough. This is easy, but you only got one right now, so it's not. They could go with you.
Well, so you're saying when it was one of them, it was easier to keep them all with you.
Well, listen. Like I said, I had five at home, so all five was. My oldest one, she was out of the house, so five of them went on the road with me everywhere. I'm telling you, Mayvan. Some clubs would give me an extra room. Sometimes I had to pay for the extra room, or I would get a discount on the room. But listen, as a kid, they enjoyed being on the road in the hotel with the swimming pool, room service, and they enjoyed that stuff. So they was happy with it. So they were involved with it a lot.
So wait, where like how many different places did you go to? And the reason why I ask this is because I feel like that really helps shape a kid. You know what I mean? When they're going around traveling and getting to see all these different places, like how many, I mean, like over the years, how many different places did you take them?
Up and down the East Coast from Maine down to Florida. Down to Florida, when I would go out in the Midwest, I wouldn't take them, but I would have to fly. Or on the West Coast, we would find babysitters, and my wife and I would just go, for them long trips like that. But up and down the East Coast where I'm able to drive, they went with me, and in the area of Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, places, Reading and stuff like that. When I did weekends, they were with me, and I'm telling you, they enjoyed it. They was, kids like, they get up to go to the pool, ordering room service. I paid no money, but still, they enjoyed it. They enjoyed it. But, but it was like, keeping my kids happy also. Why I do this. And
Yeah.
it still was my main priority with my kids. But I wanted to do this comedy thing.
I
So
see. This is the thing that I've been thinking about because I'm thinking in very much the same terms. Like this little guy, he's just going to be on the run with me. He's just going to run and gun with me. You know what I mean? Like especially once he gets 1, 2, 3 years old. It's just like, hey, I'm just going to take him. He's going to see and experience the world. And the thing I think that's cool about that is he gets to see dad go out and try. You know what I mean?
right,
Dad go
right,
out and try
absolutely,
to make his way in the world. Win or lose,
absolutely.
pass or fail. Crush or bomb. He's going to see how dad handles all of it, and hopefully
How
I'll be
he
able to
grind,
share my nuggets.
right? How he grind, and just keep churning, man. Listen, when my son got old enough, like once my kids got older, they didn't go and they, went their own way. And my son, who's 16, will be 16 next month. I mean, him and I, I would take him to some places. We went to West Virginia one time, just him and I, and he enjoyed. He stayed in the room, and like I said, he's in the pool. They knew my son was with me, so they were sending food to the room for him and everything. "Oh, your son is here, so he enjoys it. He enjoys it.
Oh
So I
man,
mean,
that's
your son with an infant is a little bit easier. Still got to take the diapers and a baby warmer and so forth. And um, but again, I wanted to be that dad, but also be that comic. So
mm.
but it's I'm not saying it's easy, but it's not that hard if you make the effort. You know what I'm saying?
I
It's
feel
not
like
that
as
hard.
long as you have love, you know what I mean. Like
Absolutely,
that's a good cure for a lot of the ills or things that they might be upset about
absolutely.
because love is a parent. I feel like love
Right,
is a
right.
parent when you
Yeah.
show it to them.
So
It'd be worse if you was traveling around and like they're just wondering where dad is all the time.
well, sometimes I think, well, maybe I would be further along in my career if I just said, fuck them kids. But no, but
That's
no,
that
no.
is a thought.
I did. My kids came. They came. They came first. My family came first. Wife and kids. Even though it may not seem, but they came first, and then
Mm,
comedy. Still mother one. But you had to balance that. So, but comedy came first. But I'm gonna tell you a funny story. Um, Kevin Hart, this guy, from Philly, this other guy from Philly named Keith Robinson.
mhm.
Keith Robinson is out there, very funny guy from Philly, and he used to take Kevin Hart up to New York with him all the time because he made a name for himself up in New York. The comedy sellers, on Stone Wine, just like he knows all of everybody, and he took Kevin Hart under his wing, and he came to Philly one time. And me, you remember Gene, right? We came down to Virginia.
Yeah.
Gene Norris, yeah. So he used to take Gene Norris and myself up to New York a couple times, and me and Gene was, man, figure this. We coming up here, sitting, hanging around, and blah blah blah. And we just stopped, and then we found out that he was taking Kevin Hart up there all the time. We like, damn, we fucked up. We could have been Kevin Hart. We fucked up. We fucked up. But family, and that was the thing. I had to come home, and so my wife had a job, and she had to go to work, so I had to come home to get the kids up ready for school. So, staying up to 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning just wasn't in the card for me at that time. I had to come home
Mhm.
and get my kids ready for school. Even though I didn't have a full time job, comedy was my job. So, I came home, got to school, picked them up, took them to school. That was my job.
Mm.
And then,
So I mean,
on the
I've read
weekends,
Kevin's book. I've read Kevin's book, and he does talk about going up there a lot. And it seemed like that was a big cause of consternation in his marriage or whatever. Which you know what I mean. I feel like part of that is you have to have a partner who kind of really understands what you're going for, what you're striving for, because otherwise it's real difficult.
well, it is, sometimes, people in not even entertainment and sports, politics, business, whatever, they have to sacrifice a lot, and it depends on what you're willing to sacrifice. And some people will sacrifice it all to get to that point. You know what I mean? Not said I wouldn't, but I didn't at that time. Because I didn't even think about sacrificing at all to get to that. I just wanted, to maintain, my family and still try. make it, as I did. But you do have to sacrifice a lot. Sometimes that means family, relationships. It means that sometimes.
Hmm. That's something to
Not
think
to
about.
scare you, new to be daddy.
Well, you know what? The thing that sucks for me is I wish I was doing this when I was back in my like 20s, because I had energy back in the day. Like back in the day, I could go out, party to whatever hours of the night, and then wake up for my 9 o'clock shift, or wake up and go to work. Like I only needed a few hours of sleep, and I had energy for that. So I'm
You're
thinking
right.
like traveling back and forth wouldn't be no problem. Now I'm 40. Now I'm old.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I don't know if my body could take the same punishment from staying up late and doing the grind. But we're gonna find out for a little bit. We're
Yeah.
gonna see how I can handle it.
Listen, it is a guy when give you too much for you to handle, and also, I just think like that. Man, I wish I would have started earlier, and did it. But again, I may not have been ready at the time to do it. So, like I said, I just look at it what God knows. I'm not a real religious person, but I just believe that He put you there at that time for you to do what you need to do. So you'll handle it, brother. It'll be all right. And like I said, you only got one. Stop bitching, punk ass. You only got one. You trying to sit
Right?
with five.
Like you got five plus the two carry-ons that you got. You got a whole
Yeah. Well, it was, see, I can't see public school. It was six at home. One was away. So I was traveling around with six of them in the minivan and in a hotel room. Listen, when I used to do this group club in Atlantic City, they put you in this little condo, one studio condo. We would be with one queen size bed, and it would be me, my wife, and the baby. My stepson would be on the couch, and then my daughters and my other son, they would all be on sleeping bags on the floor. On the floor.
What ages were they? What ages were they at this time? Like what?
Ooh, they went from at that time they went from I say 14, 14, 12. My stepdaughter, my biological daughter, same time they 10, and my son was maybe like two,
Oh,
2
see,
years old.
that's a
And I
party
remember
right there. That's a family party.
about his crazy thing when we was in Atlantic City one morning. My wife made breakfast, and I'm like feeling like I'm sick or something. And she just had like she was just mean to everybody. And she leave cussing us out, and I'm like, what's something wrong with this beatness? I'm like, man, 2 days later she found out she was pregnant. I was like, holy shit. And that's when number 7 was in the works. Number 7. Tell you my pull-out game was weak.
Well, she had that sweet. You couldn't stay away.
Listen. Listen. She was what, 11 years younger than me. So I was a dirty old man. Dirty old man. So
Oh man, that's Hey, I can't knock the game, man. I cannot knock the hustle.
the game and the hustle is over now, bro.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like
I mean, you
now.
had a great run. I mean, the funny thing though is I feel like once you get older, I give it to you because my recharge time has increased significantly.
Oh well, listen. My youngest daughter is what is she? I got some minutes. She's 10, 11, one of them. Listen, back then, yeah. Now, brother, is like, yeah. It's what they say. They say when you do wake up with a raging heart on, now just wake up slightly angry.
You're just raging.
Yeah, just raging. It's not that angry anymore. So but that's life, brother. So but now that my kids are older, I'm getting more out there. Like I'm starting to go back up to New York more. Um, I'm also trying to do other things. Like I just started this animation series that I'm trying to get out there. And trying to do other things. They're older now, so I don't have to be, you know, do that family thing. Like I said, like I said, in the midst of well, we are separated, so I don't have that. I don't have to have that separation of balancing as I did before. Still gonna be there for my kids, take care of my kids, because they stay with me most of the time. But they're older now, so I can, you know, do what I need to do. That
Right.
before, I was balancing out. It was more so family than comedy. Now it's family that they're older. I can do more comedy shit now. So
Mm.
that's what I'm doing.
How's that doing comedy in front of them all the time? Did it like rub off on them? Did they get funny, or
Oh
would they
yeah.
give you feedback on your jokes?
Well, they always call me corny, but they love me. They'll be throwing like Kevin Hart and other comedians in my face. So, but no, they're pretty they're pretty funny in their own right. They are. But I don't know if any of them want to do this comedy thing. I'm not sure.
Mm.
Yeah, like my son is playing football. I'm playing football for a lot of years. I mean, I wouldn't encourage him to do it, but if he wants to do it, I'm gonna back him up 100%. Because I know the toll it takes on your body and the hit. I had the hip replacement. I had torn quadricep muscles, Achilles tendons. I still got torn bicep in my arm that I'm not getting fixed. And I know the tolls. And I have friends that I seen, but he wants to play, and I'm right there for you at every game, cheering and everything. But I though I like how can I put it away? I'm glad that he's playing because okay, following dad footsteps, but he didn't have to. I wouldn't have been mad if he didn't play football. Let me put it to you that way, because I
Yeah.
know the toll it takes and how scary it is. Watching it, and he's a running back and he's pretty damn good. And I know how, as me playing a defensive player, I used to take shots and try to break somebody's knees and shit like that. So, I'm a little worried for him, but he loves the game. So go
Okay,
ahead and
agree.
play, man.
And now there's so much more information about football. I feel like back in the day when I was playing
Yeah.
it, back in the day when you were playing it, there was none of this information. Like the biggest thing we worried about was getting paralyzed. And if you hit somebody and you
Right.
hit them right, most of the chances you ain't going to get paralyzed. But all
Right.
those other injuries, like but
The CT
now
or
I run
CTE,
around
whatever you got to
walking.
worry about.
We'll say it
Yeah.
again.
So CTE, the concussions and things. I this guy is a sports writer here in Philly, and I know he does voting on the Hall of Fame. And I remember him saying that when he would go to the Hall of Fame, he see players in the like 30s, early 40s, early 50s. He said they could barely walk up the steps because their body has been so brutal. And I guess they are taking precautions now so it won't be that violent in the sport. And I feel, on the other hand, I feel okay. I get it, but it just makes football not so. I like the hitting and the popping and
Mm.
snot coming out somebody's nose and a broken arm and I like that shit. That's why I want my son to play.
It's
I
like
like that shit.
it's changing the game, right?
It has changed the game and it made it so you can't hit this person, you can't hit this way. Oh, I, I just showed. I had a film that from one of my games, and I was showing my son. I think I might have posted. I said, if I would have did that today, I would have been kicked the game and suspended for 1 or 2 games, if not for the season. I knew it would, because dude was on the ground, and I came at him head first and popped the shit out of him.
Oh
And I
wow.
knew he could, and like he was going to drop, so I had to take before he got up off the ground.
Tried
And
to
started
see. I
running the
didn't
ball.
look. I was a pretty player. I'd like to look good. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like to mix it up. I like the big hit in the open field or whatever. But all that, once the play is over and I'm not a hold them up type player. I wasn't a hold them up. I was just like, all right, that one's good.
Now, see, you weren't crazy enough for football. You weren't green enough for football.
Look, I got the wristbands on. I look good. That was the
Well,
thing.
you look
You know?
good. You look good. That's the one. I look fly as shit in my gear. Okay. And the head. We used to look good then too, but I just love that cracker. I can just feel it in my body. Right before I get the hip press, I can just feel it go through my body like, oh, it's about to be a good one.
Uh,
So So
Yeah.
that
You
was
know, there's
the
nothing
day,
like a
man.
good hit when you get out clean, where you like line them up, you know what I'm saying? And you come in and just like, ah,
Yeah,
on the
but no, I
sideline.
mean, oh, man, yeah, but not all one was all clean. And I would say, yeah, I was dirty, but ooh, I would hit after the whistle a little bit just to make you sure. Listen, this not gonna be easy today, motherfucker. It's not gonna be easy.
You one of them dudes
So,
that I would have loved to play with, but hated to play against.
uh, and the crazy thing, my whole defense was like that, and our offense was so soft. Like we had a great defense, and our offense was never on the par with our defense. I mean, but after I left, they did win the championship after I left. So
It
them
was probably
bitches.
because you was beating their ass up in practice.
That was fun too. Yeah, that was
That's why
fun
they
too.
could never win,
Oh,
because y'all
that
were
was
beating
fun
their ass in
too.
practice.
Me and my buddy was just talking about it. I was in South Carolina 2 weeks ago at this club called Carolina Comedy Club, and two of my buddies that I played with, one lived down there, and one up. They came down and they went to every show. We hung out down in South Carolina, and you start telling them war stories, brother. And, yeah, that's the type of shit we was talking about. Some of the crazy shit we did. Some of that shit I don't remember because too many knocks in the head, but I don't remember a lot of that shit.
Yeah, man, I miss it. It was crazy having that realization that like this isn't going to go any further. I don't. Did you end up playing in college?
Well, yeah. I was in college for 1 year. Then they fucked me over, and I went back like under the next coach. Then they fucked me over again, and I left. And then I
Hmm.
came home and played semi-pro. I tried out for Canadian League, um, and they didn't want me to play linebacker. They wanted me to play running back, and I wasn't a running back. So,
Hmm.
Canadian League, they only wanted players from America. They wanted specialty players like running back, receivers, quarterbacks, and stuff like that. But the linemen and linebackers and stuff, that she was like super talented, came out of college and didn't get any pro looks, then they were taking if he was at other positions. But listen, I had fun doing it. I played semi-pro, and then I was working, and I was out here doing what a 23, 24-year-old kid do.
Hmm.
So
A lot of banging.
listen,
Went from
I don't
banging
know
on
which
the
way.
field to
I don't know
banging
which
in the
way you're
bed.
talking about. I don't know which way you're talking about, but yeah, I guess. I guess. So
No,
yeah.
that's yeah, man, that's cool. So back to the fatherhood thing, because I'm trying to get insight, I'm trying to get a little bit of advice here.
Mhm.
What is the thing as a comedian, I guess, and a father that you wish somebody would have told you before you had kids?
Well, there was nothing as a comedian, but there's no writing and so on, but there's no book. But I learned from watching my father, raise me and my brother. So I kind of and my mother also, my mother, just seeing how my parents were with me and my brother, kind of gave me the I guess the guidelines or the book to show how to do to raise kids. I was kind of out of my mother chapter. Like my father worked a lot, you know, and I was home with my mother, and my mother used to raise her. She was not easy. I mean, she wasn't a hard, real strict mother, but mine didn't play. And I kind of tried to do the same thing with my kid. Not as hard, as easier, but try to keep that discipline, and I'm more of a friend with my kids than my parents were with me, but because of the different times. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna be more of a friend than your parents were with your child. And just what happened, because it's a different time right now. But that was my role model as seeing, the way my parents, you know, raised my kids. Now I say now with my youngest one, you like with my old kid, if somebody would say something or talk back, oh, pop, oh, pow. The youngest one, she could tell me to go to hell, and I'd be, yeah, right, I'm going to hell. I don't care less. Because listen, the parenting world is dry, brother. I don't went through 6 kids, man. I don't care. Listen, I love her to death. She like, Daddy, I'm burning the house down. Well, here's a match. Burn that bitch down. I don't care.
It's like, what else can you do? See, I'm fresh. The thing is, I have a lot of energy, right? As a new parent
yeah,
to
just
do
wait
the
for
whole
5
new
weeks from now.
parenting thing.
Yeah,
But
you got a lot of energy now.
yeah,
That's a
yeah.
joke, brother. That's a joke.
But that's the thing. I'm like super juiced to do this parenting thing because I've waited all these years. I waited 40
Yeah,
years.
I hear
My
you.
pullout game
I
was
hear you.
impeccable for 40 years. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
now I'm having it. And now I'm like excited. I'm like, okay, I got all this energy. So I feel like for the first kid, I'll have all this parenting energy like you're talking about that's ready to go. But I'm wondering how long that well is going to stay full.
For even if there's a second, even maybe even a third. You'll have it, but maybe by the third, you may be winding down. You real gusto, and everybody's like that with the first. And I remember my first, it was that way. And the second came where I always say it like this. Growing up, it was me and my brother. I was older. I had a step, my sister and brother, but basically my brother and I in the house. And all the pictures in the house was me because I was the first, and it was like maybe a couple of him. Because the second kid don't get as much attention. Hold on, I say, yeah, sorry about that. I'm doing something right now. What do you need? Say it again. All right, I knew that. See, nothing. She's bothering me, and she wants nothing.
See, she just want to know what you're doing. What's happening?
Know what I'm doing. Oh, listen, this one is like my mother child. Where I'm going, how long I'm going to be, who you going with, what time you coming back. Hey, listen, I am grown. I'm telling you, the last one is. I just throw my hands up.
But you're there. That's the good thing, and they just want you around more.
Yeah.
It's funny. That's what my friends were telling. They're like, get used to a lot of doing that, like being on a phone call and be like, what do you want? What do you need? What are you doing? Okay, go. Yeah, just put it over. Put it back. I'm doing something.
Oh, my friends laugh. I'm on the phone. I'm in the middle of a conversation. You'd be like, what are you doing? Oh, what do you want? What is it? I mean, in the middle of a conversation, you just change directions and deal with the child. And I come back later, they be cracking up. A funny story the other day, about a week ago, I was out. My friend lived down in Carolina. I was sitting in my car talking to him, and we were talking, and I saw my daughter peeking out the window, looking at me in the car. So when I was coming to the house and what, she gonna ask me, why are you sitting in the car so long? As soon as I open the door, she's like, Dad, why were you sitting in the car so long? And he cracked up. I said, I know. I can't do shit, bro. They know, I just know. She word for word, why were you sitting in the car so long? I just knew it.
Does that keep you honest though, knowing your kids so well and knowing that they're going to ask you? It just keeps you from doing anything outlandish.
Listen, kids are. I mean, like I said, I love them all. I love my stepkids like they're my own. I love all my kids. But it's fun, but sometimes you just want to choke a motherfucker. That's what I say. Just want to choke.
Just gently, choke them with love.
No, I ain't say nothing but gently. But that's kids, bro. That's kids. But listen, I'm telling you, before we finish, you're probably not going to do it again.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My stepdaughter is home from the service, so they all went out. So I was able. It was quiet for a minute. So I don't know if they left. My stepdaughter left or not, but I think she might have left because she's upstairs and I hear the TV going. So
I gotta send you this video that my friend did. It's just about when you're a dad and you just get a little bit of alone time. It's like you savor that little bit of alone time. Like look, man, I've been surveying like the things that I've been thinking as a dad, just like, oh man, like, because I mean it starts now, and I put out this video I have the bank statements to prove that I'm a dad. You know what I'm saying? It's just like
it started
all this
already. The
money.
stuff you gotta buy for the kid, it starts before they come out the womb. Yes, so you are a father. It starts beforehand. When she
I,
said we have the baby, that's when it starts.
I appreciate that because my friends were like, "Nah, it don't count till you had a baby in hand." I'm like, "Nah, man, let me claim this now. I'm claiming this Father Day now."
You are a daddy. You are a daddy. You
So
are
check it
a
out here
daddy.
on the Blur Dad podcast. You know, people talk, they have burning questions a lot of times, but here we have a blurting question. So today we're going to go a little bit different with the blurting question. We know that you got your animated series that you're about to that you're producing, that's about to be out.
Mm-hmm.
So nerd out on your animated series. Tell us all about it. What's it about, and the idea and everything.
Well, the first one I did that's out that I'm gonna put it out again around Christmas time with a new version of it. I have two out. The first one I put out around Christmas time. It's a spoof of the Elf on the Shelf, and it's called
Mm.
Jamal on the Wall. And it's just the black version of the elf on the shelf. And I put that out. But first I put out a couple animations of my stand up, and it's just like a picture, it's my stand up with actually what's going on, what I'm talking about. So I think I got like 3 or 4 of those that I have, and I'm in the works of doing maybe like about I'm trying to do like maybe 7 or 8 more, and to put them together for an hour to put out there, sell or whatever. I got a couple of people that I'm talking to now that out in hopefully in California that may want to do something with it. So I had talked to Bob something about maybe using it. So I don't know what I'm going to go right now with it, but it's going to be the stand-up animations, and Jamal on the Wall is going to be a series. Like for right now, I did the Christmas Jamal on the Wall, and then I did a Jamal on the Wall like after Christmas, like he's going on vacation. You can check it out on Jamal on the Wall on YouTube. Hopefully I'm working on trying to get this YouTube channel together. I need somebody to know what the hell they doing because I don't. But Jamal on the Wall is like I said, the spoof on Elf on the Shelf. It's the black version. And then it's the follow-up was Jamal after Christmas on vacation in the Bahamas, whatever it is on the island. So they're pretty good. A lot of people that seeing it like it. So hopefully with that we're gonna do a whole new spoof on Jamal next Christmas. This time he's gonna be running things his own, and it's just gonna be thugged out Jamal and whatever. It's gonna be funny. So we got that in the works, and also the comedy animations of how like Bob Summer does the laugh out loud where people take their jokes and they act it out.
Yeah,
So that's the same thing. Basically, mine is an animation.
I love
So,
it. I saw a couple
yeah.
of those and I was like, oh man, this is like not fancy, but this is just like super creative. Your jokes are always very animated. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The boy William Lee said, "What up, brother Coleman?"
Who said that? Hey, what's up,
William Lee.
William? What's happening, buddy? Yeah, I'm a high school buddy. Yes, sir. What's up? Uh,
What's
Football
up?
player in high school. Yes.
I've noticed you have a lot of support from your youth. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of people that you've
Yeah.
known for a long time that come out to check you out.
From high school, college, guys I grew up with, guys I played ball with, which is great, man. And one of the crazy thing I was talking about that was somebody I think this week. I do comedy because first of all, somebody thought I was funny, and I took a shot at doing it. But I also took it where with me traveling, and I can reconnect with people from my past, that I grew up with. They come out to shows that I haven't seen from college and everything like that. That just to see people that I know and meet new people also. So it is about the people, man. I enjoy this shit. It's about the people. I do.
I love the shit. I can't wait to see some of your animes blow up. You know what I mean? From your stand up and whatnot. And the Jamal on the wall sounds funny. I'll see if I can help you out with just to see what needs you have for the YouTube channel. Maybe I could give you a little pointer here and there.
Man, I need to. I think what I believe I need to take it all down and restart because I got like 2 or 3 different ones, and I just need that one. And I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Every time I try to set up one, man, listen, I don't know. You know, all this TikTok and all, man, I don't know this shit, man.
But that's where that's why, look, you got so many kids. Your kids should be helping you. You already got a fleet.
My son, he put something on YouTube, on TikTok a couple weeks ago. That shit blew up. I'm like, well, help me out, man. He act like he don't know what the hell he doing. But your shit just blew up. Listen, I'm gonna stab him in his sleep. I swear I am. I'm ready to sleep.
Look, you got enough to have a sweatshop over there, bro. You got
man. Listen, well, see, here's the thing. Another thing with these kids, they ain't like us, man. They don't want to do shit. They don't want. You ask a motherfucker to take out the trash, brother. It's like, whoa, they got the trash. Where I gotta take it to Russia? Motherfucker, outside the door, bitch. So no. These kids, love them to death, but these kids are a whole different cake than when we was growing up, bro. Whole lot different, and know a whole lot more. Watch, when I was a kid, I remember when babies, not my own, just other babies, and they didn't open their eyes and hold their head up, the baby head closed for a couple of weeks or a month. Now these kids come out holding their head up, eyes wide open. I think these are some different little something bitches coming out here now. But it is, and they know a whole lot more, man. They do. And sometimes it's scary because they lose the innocence too quick. Quick. Too quick, man. And that's the TV and the social media, man. It's these kids grow up too fast now. Too fast.
It's hard. I know that I got introduced to everything kind of slowly, you know what I mean? And even though I was kind of fast on the uptake, it's still like when I first came out, there was barely Atari, and then you jump to Nintendo, then you jump to Genesis, and then computers, and you know what I mean? And nowadays kids come out and they're just bombarded with everything. Like one wrong click, they could see a whole vagina. You know what I'm saying? Like, like just oops, and then next thing you know, their whole world changes.
It's crazy. I say my first wife grandfather passed away. He was 100 years old now, and you just think about the things that he's seen where there wasn't like no TV, no radio, no indoor plumbing, to the things that he has seen as he got older. I mean, it's weird in one, but phenomenal in another way. That all things, when he passed away, the cell phone just started coming out, and it was just crazy. Like this man came when he was born in 1901. Well, I forgot what the hell it was, but he was old, and there was a lot of stuff that he didn't see. No cars and anything. I mean, he
horse and buggies.
Yeah, no lights. He walk around with lanterns and shit. And then look, you flick on the light, and these kids don't understand that. From they just don't understand. I'm older, you're older, I'm older than you, and you just look back at something like we on the walls and shit like that. The zzz, zzz, I was a kid, but still they don't know nothing. And right that they don't, because it's a different time, but still we have seen shit come a long way. Like I say, you look at police station. And when you first play Tecmo Bowl, you look at that shit now on the games that it's just like so realistic.
Right. So and they have all the actions or whatever. I was watching Facebook, and there's a dude in New York City that had like a little hovercraft on his feet, and he was like flying like through the city. I'll send you the video. I was like, this is the future.
Out of here.
Yeah, like a legit little flying pad that he was on. They had like all the little like helicopters around it or whatever. Yeah, and he was flying around the city. And I was like, what? I was like, this is crazy. This is where we are today.
It's where we are, man. And like I said, you look for the horse and buggy. to tell, the cars now with gas cars. I mean, the electric cars and all kinds of shit, man. It's the world. I
It
believe in
is.
the Terminator that the machines gonna take over and shit. Either either
Luckily for us,
machines
I
or
feel
the
like
zombies and shit.
I feel like we've had a good run. You know what I mean? I feel like even though I'm still a little bit young, I'm like 40 is a good run. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
medieval
yeah,
times,
yeah.
40 would have been a ripe old age.
You wouldn't have made it. You wouldn't have made it to 40 then. Either somebody would have killed you, you would have died for what smallpox or some crazy shit, whatever the fuck
Something,
it was.
yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I feel like I've had a good run. Now I feel for the young ones because I'm like, all right, I'm bringing this kid up. I got to be optimistic for him. You know what I mean? That this world is going to keep going. But the way it's going, I'm like, what are we going to do? Because things are getting way too advanced, like especially with the computers and the.
Way too advanced. Like I do a joke, where when I was a kid, like my wife found all this porn on my son's phone. He's 15. That's what boys do. What can I do? And I said, but it's right at their fingertips now. What you going to do? You can't block. I said, we used to at his age. I used to hide the magazines, and
Right.
you see the scrambled nipple on PBS and shit. That was how porn. But now, these kids got it right there on that right there. And what can I say? He's a 15-year-old boy. What can you do? And again, they start at even 12 younger with the porn and shit like that because what can
I
you
don't
do, bro?
I don't know how I would have handled it if I got introduced to porn any younger than I did. You know what I mean? Like it
I
like and now
know.
it's like at their fingertips and it's like super aggressive. Like before, like when you were seeing it, okay, maybe you saw a nipple and then you graduate and I saw a little
Mhm,
bit of the coochie
mhm.
hair. You know what I'm saying? And nowadays it's like I said, it's just like bam, like right in your face, and you see in the
It's
P and the
right
V.
here,
Like
right there. Like you gotta do. Listen, it's on TV. You see asses walk on channel ABC. Whatever. You like, did I just see an ass?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so it's a whole lot different. And you remember back in the day if anybody said "damn" on TV, you would like, oh, they said "damn,"
Yeah.
and the music too. I remember when I was younger, and when Prince came out and he said a couple things, I said, "Oh, Prince a bad man." He said, this. But man, this is the rare shit now. Uh, my kids, no, I was where was I? Not my kids. I was somewhere, and somebody asked, "Did he hear the song called Throat Baby?" I'm like, "Throat Baby." What that mean? Did they explain it to me? I'm like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my
It's like,
god."
look, we're comedians and we go on stage and say the wildest shit, and we're like, oh,
Throat babies. I'm like, what? Oh my god! I mean, and they made a song about that. I was like, Lord,
they
listen,
had you
brother,
clutching your pearls.
listen,
Oh,
listen. I had on a couple pairs. I was like, and you see, and these kids, they growing up, they hearing this shit. You can't, unless you want to take all the way, all the radio, all the TV. They can't go outside. They can't go anywhere. You can't censor because there is no censor anymore, man. Everything is just free for all, man. So it's tough. The older we get, or the generation more that having kids, like our kids having kids, it's just it's. I mean, sometimes I'm old school. Like sometimes we wish, because I used to fight my second wife with my kids about giving them a cell phone at 11 or 12. I like they don't need no cell phone at 11 or 12. The hell they need a cell phone for? And we
mhm.
used to fight about that shit. And I'm like, they don't need a cell phone. But like I said, she was younger. Did they need cell phone? I'm like, they ain't going where they go. They with us. So who the fuck they calling?
Right.
So, but
I mean, you can do a
man,
lot. The cell phone is like a world. It's like it's and that's the other thing too, is like back in the day, if I wanted to be introduced to something crazy, I would have to sneak to the one computer we had in the house to look for it. So it taught me stealth. You know what I mean? Like I had to sneak and cover my tracks or whatever. These kids don't have to cover their tracks. They just get it right there. You know what I
they
mean? It
get it
doesn't teach them
right there.
anything about being, modest.
And see, I would have smacked you right now. He said when I was a kid, he used to see the one computer in the house. What no damn computer in my damn house. When listen, I remember the first one I got. It was like somebody gave it to me, and I didn't know how to figure that shit out. I remember when I started out, I used to be a graphic designer, and when I started out, to tell my age, we started doing, with T squares and, letter you to call, like letter you to rub off on the paper and all that shit. I mean, and then, like I say, maybe like 3 or 4 years into doing that, maybe 5. And that's when they started going to the program where you could do all this shit online. Even still, to look back to from then, it was so ancient back then, even though the first ads I used to design on the computer then was ancient to now. Like, I mean, on my phone, I design my posters and everything for my shows and everything. I mean, it's the way of the world, brother.
There you go.
That's
There
the
you go.
way of the world. Oh, sorry, man. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being generous with your time and rapping with me. You know, it's always fun when we get together and talk. We gotta get together and do some more shows and stuff together and get some more things together under our belts. You know.
I heard that place that we worked together down in Virginia. I heard they opened back up and they doing comedy there again.
The what you call it? The Comedy Cellar?
No, the movie theater when they had. Remember we had that movie theater place, but me and you and Gene went and did, and only maybe
Okay.
And they said there was more people that had
okay.
there. It was maybe
I know
about
the bolt.
20 some. Yeah, it was 20 some people in that bitch. And they said, "This is the most we have." They was happy and shit. We looking at each other like, "Damn!" But it turned out to be a pretty good show.
Yeah, listen, I'm gonna toot my own horn because as the host, that show could have went sideways because it was very sparse. And actually, when we started that show, there was like 4 or 5 people there, and then because we just started having fun, people just started filtering in. You know what I'm saying? And by the end of it, we was rocking out.
Yeah, we had it was a pretty good show, man. Listen, that happens sometimes. I mean, I have performed in front of not too long ago when clubs started opening back up. I performed in front of 6 people, and they were better than like 300. They were so good. But on the other hand, you work in front of 6 people, and they just sitting there looking at you. You're like, oh, what the hell am I listen, people, I can't pull a rabbit out my ass, so I don't know what else you want.
Right.
So,
yeah, right.
So,
it's like 6 people, we gonna have fun here. And we did. We had a good time.
Yeah,
man.
They were good. They were good. I had a good time, but I just saw a post where they was doing comedy down there again. I said, oh, maybe I don't know who's booking it, but you know me, I will find out. See who's doing that and let you know.
Hey, I appreciate it. There. My triumphant return hopefully will be sometime in August, because I feel like by then we'll have our schedules together. You know, this the end of this month, and then July will probably be a wash because getting the baby together and all that. But I'm thinking by the end of July, maybe early August, I'll be tipping my toes out.
You better push that shit back, son. You better push that shit back. Bye, Glenn. Bye, Glenn.
It's like one less nigga in the game.
Listen, she gonna push that baby out, and you gonna be the one getting up at night because she's gonna be tired.
Yeah.
Meaning,
fortunately for me, I'm not a sleeper. Like, I'd stay up late, so I think I'll be okay.
Me too. Listen, like my wife, she is not a night person. I'm a night person, so that worked out for her because she be knocked out, and at night I would take care of the baby, and then during the day, she would get up and take her, care of her, and I would sleep. But still, I still don't sleep that much during the day anyway. So, but I was the night person. But it got to a point where, even though I was a night person, I was like, Lord have mercy, child, can't you just sleep for more than 2 to 3 hours? Give daddy a break, man. That shit was rough. That shit was rough. Love her to death, but that shit was rough.
What's one piece of advice you would give me going into this, kind of new era with the kid or whatever? Some newborn advice.
Oh, brother, just be patient and love them. That's it, brother. Be patient and love them. That's it. I mean, there's no book. Like I said, there's nothing anybody can tell you. Every experience is different than its own. Honestly, just with a kid, it's gonna be frustrating at times, but just be patient and love that child, which I know you would do. But that's all you can do, man. You'll see, in your first man, you're gonna spoil the hell out of this boy, and that's okay.
I'm trying to I'm trying to fight it. You know, like how much can I give them?
When you see that little baby, just look at you, looking like, who you want daddy to kill? It's done. It's done.
Part of me also doesn't want. I don't want to give
him.
them. I don't want to give them the. You know, when like you say, "Oh, I'm so proud of you." I'm like, I don't want to give them that up front because I want them to strive. You know what I'm saying? These kids who are out there looking for daddy's approval. I'm like, nope, I ain't giving it to you because I want you to be the best.
You know what? You don't want them to be single. You know, there's a lot of kids figure they never appreciate. You know, got their daddy's approval. You don't want that. You don't want that because there's a lot of psycho kids out there because I couldn't get my approval from my daddy. You know, but you just want to encourage them. But also with that encouragement, you want to also make them work hard for whatever they do. You know, you want them to work hard and do what they're supposed to do. But when they do work hard, you want to like, all right, that's a good job, good job. And you know, it's like I say, it's a what do you call it, hands-on training.
Yeah,
it is. It's hands-on, and you know the right thing and the wrong. Well, not everybody, because we got some fucked up parents out here, but um, you know what to do, man. I just say be patient and love that out, and it'll happen, man. It'll be, you know, once you see that little baby, listen, I knew you gotta go. I had what? I seen six of my well, not six. I seen four of my seven born. Like my two step kids, you know, I wasn't there, and my older daughter, I wasn't there. The four of my kids, my two with my first wife and two with my second wife, and you know, I saw them born. I cut the umbilical cord and everything. For some reason, I don't know what happened to me when my last daughter was born. I started crying. I mean, like almost uncontrollably. I mean, I was like what? Why the fuck am I crying? I'm like, what is that? I mean, I was so overwhelmed with emotions, man. And if anybody say anything to me about that, I'm gonna fuck you up. But anyway, I was overwhelmed with emotions, man. I just started crying, and I was like, wow. But that's the baby, man. When you see them babies, boy.
it's like you didn't even. So you're saying basically you've been through it before, and just as soon as you see the baby pop out, you're just like, like you don't know the reaction you're gonna have. It's just.
Well, I mean, I was happy. My wife was fine. She was okay. That's good. That's very glad that she's okay. And then you see the baby. The baby is healthy. You know, I said the baby is healthy and everything. You know, you're like, ooh, you hold that baby and you're proud. But again, like I said, I went through it before. I never got that emotional with the ulcer as I did with the last one. I don't know why that happened. I mean, I was like really emotional, man.
You was ugly crying.
Yo, man. Like, I went looked dude at me like, what the fuck are you crying? I don't know. I don't know why I'm crying. I was like, listen, even the baby looked at me like, you punk ass bitch. So listen, but I'm telling you, man, it's an emotion, brother, and I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you, man. Good luck to both of you, and is it a junior?
No, it's a different name, which we're about to announce any day now. Once he
Okay.
comes out, we're gonna announce it to the world.
Okay.
I've gotten in trouble before because I almost said it, and then somebody's like, you're not supposed to say the name, and I'm like, oh all right, I didn't know the rules.
Okay, there are rules, and you better follow them.
Hey, listen, I've long understood that my rules are done. Like Dad's rules are gone. I got like one, maybe two rules that I can enforce at all times. Other than that, whatever she says goes.
Yeah. You're learning. You're learning.
Hey, look, I've been through one failed marriage, so.
No, well, listen, I don't even want to talk about that. So it is what it is, my brother.
That's a whole different podcast.
That's a whole different Yes, it is. It's a whole different. Now, when you get that one, I got lots of shit to say about that one too. No,
I might have to make one. Yeah.
No.
So all right, tell the people
what it is. I have nothing bad to say about it.
Tell the people where they can find you, and tell them your social medias where they can find those awesome cartoons that you're doing, the awesome animations that you're doing.
You can find them on my web page.
Hold on, your audio cut out. Say it one more time.
Shit.
Oh, there you.
Yeah, sorry. Somebody called. Can you see me? I'm sorry
Yeah,
about
I'm
that.
good.
It was on ColemanGreen.net, and I believe all my animations and everything, like my TV commercials, all my comedy stuff, and also my schedule, my comedy schedule. So if anybody want to come see me, it's there. You can check it out.
Okay,
And I have
so
all my Twitter and all that stuff on there. I don't remember all that shit, but it's there.
okay. Well, we put it all down there. We got is at Coleman Green on Facebook, at comedian CAG on Twitter, and ColemanGreen.net. So and CA Green for real. I think is that your Twitter too?
Instagram. That's my Instagram.
Instagram. Okay, so yeah, we got them.
So yes,
We got them all here down at the bottom of the screen, so people can follow you and check you out. Can't wait to see you myself. I can't wait to see you in person again, man. Give you a hug.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Always
You
been
too, man.
Yeah.
I'll be
And we
coming to you because
gotta.
you ain't coming up here, brother.
No, listen, we talked about it. We're gonna be on the road a little bit with the little one.
Yeah.
We're just gonna try to integrate him into what we're doing. Because like you know what I'm saying? There's a short amount of, not a short amount of time, but there's an amount of time where you can strike while the iron's hot. And I think we're gonna go for that,
Okay.
So So hopefully we'll see what happens. It's a pleasure. And once we start doing shows again, we definitely got to get you down here doing the show, because we haven't been putting on shows anymore because of everything that's happened, and now the baby. But once we start doing that, you definitely got to come out and rock with us.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Definitely will.
All right.
Definitely will.
I'm gonna send you to the back room. I'll close out the show. Hang on for just 1 second if you got a little bit of time. All right. There it is, my boy Coleman Green. Wow, we learned a lot. There's a lot going on in that episode, but the biggest thing that we learned is to have patience and love them. That's what's going to happen. That's what makes the world go round. That's what makes these kids turn out all right, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? So I can't wait to do that. Can't wait to check Coleman Green out on his website and his animated series and see him in all the things that we do. We didn't even get to talk about all the things that he's done. He's talking about, I didn't have a chance to do this. He's done so much. He's been out there. Look, I see him doing so much. You got to get out to see a show with the brother too, because he's funny as all get out. Look, I got to tell you where you can find me at Glenn Lawrence Comedy, or Getting Back 25 on Twitter. Also, Level Up Comedy. Follow us there. That's where you can get all the latest. That's where we're streaming this show. So thanks so much for watching us again. And yeah, we're going to continue doing this thing. It was Father's Day. I can't wait to come to y'all for the next Father's Day. I appreciate it. And that's it. What else can I say? Not much else. So blurred that out.